I swear to God, I started loading Pinewood before I went live, and it is just loaded now as that time I got to 0. Hello, you. Welcome to Geekism. It's nighttime in Pinewood Hills today. Look at that. Boop. Oh my word. I am exhausted today. I'm so sorry. I will be yawning my way through this. I don't know why. It was a long day at work yesterday, I guess, but and the times are all over the place. I'm sorry. Me and John were going back and forth because he's doing the Conifer Slopes big finish today. The finale episode is going out. So I wanted to work around that and time zones and changing times and everything, but I think we've got it sorted now. So I'm going to stream till 1 o'clock my time, or like 5 minutes before, and that'll be the right time for him, I think. Please pardon me while I foam at the mouth in excitement and anticipation for Planet Coaster 2, 6th November. Cannot wait. Right? It's gonna be fun times. Let me see. I just want to make sure I'm not gonna go over. He said he'd be in the chat in a bit anyway. He's out and about this morning, but I just want to double check. Hey Corvus, how's it going? Loved your PC2 content, but I honestly was genuinely is my favourite one to watch. Mostly because you did all the stuff I didn't and spent time looking at all those coasters. Like the fact that all of those tracks that do this and stuff in it. Woo-wee! I mean, that's so cool. I got no idea about any of it, but it looks amazing. A bit shocking that they're sort of locking 3 rides behind a pre-order, though. It doesn't surprise me at all in the slightest. There's been Animals locked behind Planet Zoo pre-order. There were probably rides behind pre-order of Planet Coaster 1. I don't know. They might show up later. And to be fair, the ones that are behind a pre-order, I think they're all just like skins of other rides, to be honest. It surprises me more that the Deluxe edition is that much better than the Planet Coaster Deluxe edition, because it's actually like Deluxe edition, but you're buying the Deluxe edition. I'm sorry, you need all that, like Carousel, that Helter Skelter, the Chero Swing, like all of the it's basically the Pinewood set. That like you could literally go around. It's all the flats in Pinewood Hills, all the flats that would have been. Oh man, Pinewood would have definitely have got a Helter Skelter, right? So for me personally, that's the more surprising thing, because if I remember rightly, the Deluxe pack for Planet Coaster 1 was like the soundtrack and a gold King Coaster or something, wasn't it? Like I think I've got it in here. Let's have a look. How do you put staff down? It's not something we do very often. Yeah, gold King Coaster Deluxe. That was what we got in the Deluxe pack of Planet Coaster 1. So it's weird to me that the Deluxe pack is like so much better, but most likely it'll be available as an update or you'll be able to do it. So, I don't think they are. I'm worried anyone is going to not pre-order run scenarios with them. Usually with that sort of stuff, like if you don't own the DLC, you can open the park, you just can't save it. So you can open the park and then get rid of the bits or whatever. But there was a Deluxe pack for Planet Coaster 1. I can't remember what else. Oh, I was just checking when Mask goes live. Let's have that. 1 p.m. Yeah, okay. So we'll stream for a couple of hours. All right, cool. Let me see if I can find it online. Planet Coaster 1 Deluxe Edition. It's gonna be so hard to find this now because it's just gonna show us the new stuff. No, that's not right. Because there was a PlayStation and Xbox Deluxe Edition that came with like the Magnificent rides and stuff. But there was a Deluxe Edition OG. Here, is this it? Is the Deluxe Edition worth it? That was in 2018. I can't remember. Does anyone in the chat know? Can remember? Thanks, Clovis. What did I say about them? Still give that sign because they'd be like an item somewhere or something. I'd be like, great, guess I can't play this scenario. Yeah, like I say, you can open them and then clean them up if you need to. It's the same with all DLC, right? Like, that's how it works. I think the thing with the vintage pack or whatever they're calling it, because it's not vintage pack. It's not the Planet Coaster 1 vintage pack. There's no scenery or anything. It's just a selection of old rides. I think they've made it. I think it's a misnomer calling it vintage because people are just going to reference it back to the Planet Coaster vintage. They could have called it, like, I don't know, classic, or no, there was a classic pack, wasn't there, as well? I don't know. So another word that means that, I think, personally, that would have helped. I feel like it's just a bit of an optics thing, really. Like, it's like $40 US for the base game and $55 for it with all those rides. Like, just say the base game's $55 and have all those rides in it, and nobody would have even mentioned it. Like, it's a perfectly acceptable price for a game like this. So, I don't know. Working on a video about a roundup of all the stuff from the weekend, and that will be one of the talking points. So, it is what it is. Along with some UI issues and the mystery of the Omnimovers. I'm going to buy Planko 2. I'm going to buy Planko 2 as well, Tommy. Somebody asked about early access for curators. I don't know yet. It would be nice. I imagine it will happen, but I don't know anything about that yet. We need a roundup. I'm working on a roundup mineral. It won't necessarily be like, here's everything we saw, because I genuinely think that video will be like 6 hours long. So many videos to watch. You watched them all. I watched them all. I watched them all. I watched some that I really didn't like. Let's see if I slip out names. I'm a be real. I've been pretty sticker shocked if it came out costing $55. Really? Really? I mean, look, everyone's willing to pay whatever they're willing to pay, right? And like, everyone's financially is in a different manner. But like, I paid $130 for that Star Wars Outlaws a couple of weeks ago. I played it for about 10 hours. PC2, no, Gatekeeper. This is my Planet Coaster 1 park. We haven't got PC2 now. After watching all the vids, I feel a lot better about my experience. Yeah, we all had the same hot mess. To be honest, the ones I didn't enjoy were mostly the ones that aren't that invested in the game. Like, it was, you know, like it was like wider creators, and it's fine. It's good that they're covering it. It's good that they're sort of showing it off to a less sort of already invested audience like we are. But there was so many things that some of them were saying. I was like, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's not how it works. No, that's not right. I spent like an hour or two watching, like, it was the last few things on my watch list. I was like, I'll watch them. I'll make sure it's all, you know, what it's like. And I spent an hour or two going, like, do you know the meme where it's like, where's the cheese on the pizza? It's under the sauce. There's no cheese on this pizza. It's under the sauce. I'm from Italy, and I hate this. This is from Chicago. There's no cheese on it. It's under the sauce. Do you know the meme? I mean, like, it's such a niche thing, but I basically spent the last part of 2 hours of my day yesterday going, it's under the sauce. Path issues with user error more than tool error. Yeah, as I said in my video, I'm not concerned about paths at all. Yes, I wasn't able to do exactly what I wanted to straight away with them, but it very much felt like it was the teething problems of learning a new tool rather than the tool not working very well. I can't say that about some other elements of the UX. You know, as an Italian, if the cheese is under the sauce, it's a war crime. It wasn't an Italian meal, so I don't know why. I don't know why as an Italian it matters. That's why, Tommy, because I feel like I've just said it. I didn't like them because they were mostly from creators who aren't as invested in the series, which isn't a problem, of course. but because of which there was little bits of info in that video that was misinformation. That's all, really. You kind of, yeah, to be fair, you were like, no candle pens, and then you kind of did it. What it seems like you can't do right now with the path system. Let's go over to the fields of Pinewood Manor. What it seems like you can't do right now in paths is this. I mean, I'm not doing it particularly well here, but yeah, it doesn't seem like this is an option right now. Like that seems to be impossible to do right now in Planet Coaster 2. Yeah. Which I would like to be able to do. And it seems like queues are the big problem. So, yeah. I want to pre-order. I was thinking about it from Epic, but I'm stopped by the idea of losing access to the Steam Workshop. Will the Frontier Workshop replace it? Yes, I believe so, Johan. I don't think this is actually mentioned anywhere specifically, but it seems to be that the Epic and Steam and PlayStation and Xbox will all share the Frontier Workshop. Yeah. Yeah. You saw someone doing that. So there's the stamp tool, and the stamp tool can be put onto a grid of that stamp's shape. But that's a little different to this, because what this is doing is making a path. So what I'm trying to say is the stamp tool seems to be more akin to doing this with a grid with regular path, in that it just joins up and creates a plaza. But doing that with queue-line, it doesn't do that. It lets you snake the queue. Right? Like, it's always, oh my god, it's the queue of infinity. Does that make sense? Yeah. That's what I think is happening. Is I think the stamp tool can work on a grid, and if you do that with a square, obviously it looks very much like this. But you could also, like it shows you in the trailer, in the pre-order trailer, there's like a 6-sided hexagon, and it stamps. It actually looks quite nice, and I think maybe changing between a couple of stamp patterns will make some nice looking plaza areas using that sort of stuff. Yeah. So, but what I don't think you can do is that, basically. Yeah. All right. How do we delete stuff? Okay. There's terrain. Well, it's as if it never happened. Terrain. Thanks, Andrew. Infinity Q sounds like a bad Star Trek episode. Yeah, all Star Wars Trek episodes are bad. Now we can place buildings right on paths. Curves and barriers become more important than ever. Seems from Serious left them out. Yeah, I mean, no. I'm sorry. Does the video title suggest that I'm playing Planet Coaster 2? Because I don't want it to. We're not. I don't want this to be clickbait. This is not. I'm playing Planet Coaster 1 right now. But we're going to talk a lot about Planet Coaster 2. Okay. That's a few people have mentioned it now, and I would hate to. You know what I mean? I'm going to put detailing in PC1. With some PC2 chat. Let's try that. Maybe that's a little bit clearer. No, if this is Planet Coaster 2, I'd be making a much bigger deal about it. There we go. Pinewood in Planet Coaster 2 is amazing. Yeah, this is what I did in my 90 minutes. Yeah. My favourite thing about watching back all the stuff from yesterday was seeing the people who genuinely just like were like, no, I'm not gonna do a Sherlock. I'm not gonna run through all the menus. I'm just gonna play the game. And then, you know what? It was so refreshing, and I kind of regretted afterwards not doing it myself. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I have done a little work in Pinewood off camera this week, and when I say a little work, it's like here there might have been a little bit of fence missing or something, you know, like just all of those tiny little bits now, just so we can say it's done. Replacing a few non-newer things with newer things, like all of this fence could really get replaced, but I don't really want to. Full of menu screenshots. Yeah, exactly right. How does it feel playing Planko 1 now that Planko 2 is coming soon? It's fine. I mean, I want to get this finished. Oh yeah, I replaced these things. Boats were too big, so I didn't do those. All these things are okay. So we could just do some more billboard work this week. But really, I just kind of wanted to go around and make sure, like from a snagging point of view, it was fine. Like, part of me doesn't want a fence here. Like, I think it's okay that there isn't, because eventually you get to fence wherever you walk. And I don't know. I feel like I've got too much of a North American mindset on me. And in the UK, like, it's fine that this is just a path. People, you know, like in the US, people look at this and be like, my kid could go over there and hurt themselves. We'll see a DLC pass with the DLCs like Planko 1. Maybe. Who knows? Ever been to Canada's Wonderland? Yeah, many times. Path by a Lawn is classic UK park. But yeah, exactly. I kind of like it open a little bit. You know, the fact that it's such a harsh line, because that's how the game does it, I don't love. Like, obviously, I would prefer this to be, you know, you'd be able to see the grass come up and then like some little sort of dust and pebbles come down and stuff. But, you know, yeah. You could line the path. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work for what in real life would just be, my goodness. My goodness gracious. Just spotted a heinous crime. Although, I think even in the UK they've started spelling it the Americanism way. But this is still how you spell donuts, as far as I'm concerned, in a UK park. Thoughts on the flat rides? A lack of flat rides in PC2? Is there? Donuts. Is there a lack of flat rides in PC2? No dog nuts, no. He's been castrated. Alright. All of this is fine. It's a bit janky, and we like it. I like a bit of jank. This goes over to this gate here. That's fine. All this is good enough. Like, we're done with all this. What do you think of the Omnimover ride in the pre-order bonus? I don't know. I need to see it. At the moment, I don't know if it's an Omnimover ride, and to be honest with you, it's sending me a little bit insane. Thunderer, Pinewood Pier, Horror Hollow. Horror Hollow? We called it something? I don't remember calling that Horror Hollow. It's a capital H on it. Oh, it does have capital H. Oh, and it actually points to the haunted house as well. Look at that. Yeah, I feel so. A lot of the obvious ones, like the Enterprise, aren't there. Yeah, I mean, we might not have seen them all yet. I'm not concerned about the flat ride roster just yet, to be honest with you. I'm hoping even if it's not an Omnimover, I'd love to be able to rotate each car separately. Well, they normally like rotate on the track, right? It was named after the Haunted Hollow in Alton Towers. Cool. I don't remember that at all. Always had the game. Oh yeah, I forget that the path just has curbs. What does that look like? Because the other side probably covered up, isn't it? Oh, maybe maybe we could actually use the in-game curb. It would mean all of this needs tweaking. Oh, and then it comes into this. No. No. The coaster manufacturers' names, yeah, they're really good, yeah. Prop line tool. Oh, yes, that'd be so good. Okay. All of this is fine. All of this is good. Let's have a look. Just looking for like really any like major issues. I think we probably do billboards. Like I say, I spent a good couple of days doing some like fencing and stuff. Like all the back area is now fenced. I tidied up some paths and stuff over here. All of this is fenced in now. Like all of this is done and fenced. This was like the last little bit that needed doing. We've got a like I really sort of just like finished this off pretty roughly, but I'm just so done with it. I tell you what I did want to put down. There's a couple of like piratey canopies that I thought would go nicely here. Oh, are they? I wonder. They might have been building because they were like on a 4 meter. They weren't on the grid, but they were like 4 meter. Yeah, oh, they are on the grid. Jeez, these things. I think a couple of these in the queue lines probably work pretty well. A little bit wider than the queue, annoyingly. I think I'm okay with it. I'm gonna have to be. Yeah, I'm okay with it. Bing bong. Did you play Part Beyond? No, didn't interest me at all. Way too fanciful. Morning. Soon not to mention when you can scale it. Well, as long as it's off the grid, yeah. Oh, I tell you what we could do today. We need a ride sign for this ride, and I put it onto Patreon to decide on the name of it. Let's have a look. I don't check Patreon enough. I'm terrible. Becoming SSC. Let's see to pick. Oh, I remember there was one that was like it was something to do with a bird, which worked out quite well because the other ride was a bird ride. This one, Eagle Saw. Vulture. Yeah, Vulture is a great name. We'll call it the Vulture. Okay. So we need a ride sign for Vulture that goes a little bit adventure-y. How about we do that today? What's the deal with the Greek mountain under construction in the Planco 2 and that everyone seems to have skimmed over? I think it's just saying that they'll show off the mythological set soon, I think. I don't know. It's weird because, like, it seems like a teaser for the mythology set, yet we all got to play with the mythology set and, like, they shared screenshots of it, so I don't really know what. I don't really know. But it just all looked like the mythology scenery to me. Okay, Vulture. Should we just do some art shapey stuff? Let's go right over here. Boop. Maybe a bit scenario, maybe. Maybe. Alright. I'm just gonna absolutely freehand the heck out of some art shape words now. Is that what's happening right now? I'm just gonna freehand the word vulture. Oh, it's ridiculous. I got to relearn how to do all of this. How'd you start a brand new park? Do you have any idea of basic path? It depends on the thing. I did not with this at all. No, I had absolutely no idea what I was going to do. Meanderville's a little bit more planned out. I've got some sketches and stuff. But no, for the most part, just kind of made it up as I went along. I've seen creators going in depth with the water slides. Wish somebody would have shown off all the different elements people do with coasters. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just think for the most part, people don't really care. I think the big problem is most people aren't that into water slides, and apparently the people who are into water slides are really unhappy with them. Like apparently they're not very good. You are just going to watch me fight with these for like an hour. You realise that, don't you, folks? Do you recommend modding your game? I'm not really a modder, honestly. Unless something really jumps out at me. I actually... like, we talk about this a lot because people are saying that they'll miss the TMTK and stuff. As fun as the TMTK has been, I personally actually quite enjoy having the limitation of the game as part of the gameplay, you know? But, yeah, being able to toggle some stuff off. The problem with the problem with the mods that Mineral is using is I don't think any of it is selectable, and it's like it all goes away or nothing does. And obviously because I haven't built the park with that in mind, like I'd be like, because it gets rid of like raised paths and everything, right? So like, yeah, it's kind of a nightmare sometimes. Yeah, it'd be great to be like, have like a checklist pop up and be like, yeah, turn that off, that off, that off. But like, I'm kind of fine with store interiors, like kiosk interiors for the most part. I'm kind of fine with raised paths for the most part. I think it's crazy that it's like all or nothing. The only real egregious one to me is those stupid gates now, the entry and exit gates. Everything else I can probably work with. Ray, I completely agree. It's something I've been talking about lately. I do like the customizability that TMTK gives you, but yeah, there was something so special about seeing a build and being like, well, I have the same tools as this person, so how have they managed to do X, Y, Z? You know, like it was so awesome to see like snowman pipes be used as drink dispensers and, you know, all of that sort of stuff. Like that's what I really enjoy. I like to see stuff that's created using the confines of the game. Although during our play I was confused whether or not the queue was attached to the path. Oh my god, don't say that, Mast. I'll bring it back if they're listening. Alright, there's your V. We're going to smash through this today. You watching? I'm going to absolutely smash through this. And we get to do a U, and there's two U's, which means we only have to make it once. Whoop, whoop. Are they getting rid of the building tab? Is everything scenery? No, there's still... I think it still had building as one. It's all oh, sorry, yeah, it's not. There's no like scenery building here. It's all scenery, and then within scenery, there's a gridded stuff tab, right? Hey. Even though hotels aren't in the game, I was thinking of a guest spawner inside a shell hotel would probably make for a similar effect. Yeah, like just for how it looks of the guests moving around and stuff. Absolutely. I would like hotels in the game. I don't want them how they're implemented in Planet Coaster 1, though. So, like, if it was that or nothing, I'll take nothing until they want to do something more interesting, I think. Not a DLC. Yeah, 100%. Hotels, mini golf. It's coming, baby. I'm gonna cope. I'm gonna cope. Absolutely, that one day we get mini golf. Vol. Also agreeing and some not. Yeah, it's weird, eh? A restaurant's in the game, not at launch. Even that damn mini golf. I want it, buddy. And you know what? It'll come, and you'll all be like, "Oh, mini golf was so great." And I'll be like, "I told you." Just love mini golf. If somebody gave me the money tomorrow and said, "Start a game development company," I would have done a museum game, but 2 Point Museum is coming now, and I feel like they're going to do a pretty solid job of it. And the next thing on the list was mini golf. Mini golf with this level of customization for the scenery. I think it would be awesome. I do. I think it's too much. I think it's not enough for a game for like Frontier to be like, we're doing Planet Mini Golf. But I think they would be able to bring it into the game and it would do pretty good. Two-Point Museum's good. They looks fun. I have all the games. Yeah, it does look good. I wasn't a huge fan of Campus, but I really enjoyed Hospital, and I just really enjoyed them as a developer. So very much want to see it from them. The references to Frontier, just making it up. I was making it up. It'll probably look terrible once it's all put together. Make it up. Copying curves so it looks a little bit copacetic. I like Campus better because I can screw up my students don't die. It's fair. It's very curvy. Yeah. I think it's pretty good. Thanks. Which way? So we'll do the R. We'll do a capital R. We might do a lowercase e. We'll see. Like the announcements, 2 Point Games actually sometimes say something relevant to what's happening. Yeah, Mark Silk, his name is the VO guy for those, and he's great. He's a really nice guy as well. I met him a long time ago at an event. But yeah, he's very good. He's got a good sense of humor on him. Like, I don't know how much of it he puts into it himself, but understands what's funny. Are you concerned about the lack of horror or Western theme? No. You can make Western in Planet Coaster 2. Absolutely. There's planks and wood and broken bits and barrels and crates. Like, outside of like cowboy animatronics, you can make Western. Absolutely. I think I even saw like a wagon wheel. Absolutely no issues there. This is a girl voice. No, I don't actually. No. And Spooky will 100% be a DLC because it's just obvious. But like, it'll just have to be a little bit different to the PC1 one. Issue Western is no aged or distressed wooden. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the one with the paint peeling off was pretty good for Western, right? But you can still have a pretty good shunt at it if you really want to build Western for some reason. And honestly, and maybe this is the thing, is like, I don't know why you want to build Western, man. Are you not bored of Western after 8 years of building in Planet Coaster 1? I'm like, yeah, cool, let's build some other stuff. I don't know. It's cool that people want to build stuff they know and like replicate other parks and stuff, but like, I don't know. Just have fun with the new stuff and all the other things will come along. Yeah, oh, that's right. It is one of the devs' wives. I remember now. Yeah, because she could do the voice. She could do the, yeah. Patients are required to be patient. It was all that, wasn't it? It was great. You know, disasters in PC2, I would turn those off so fast. But sure. There you go. I mean, it doesn't look very vulture-y. I love Western stuff, but I'm not worried. Yeah, but whilst you love Western stuff, look at your Western stuff. You can 100% do that in Planet Coaster 2. Your Western stuff is more about the shape and color scheme of the buildings. Like, I think when people say, oh, there's no Western stuff, what they mean is there's no men going pew 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 pew, you know, like that, like, you know, kind of looks like it says vulture. Yeah, it does say vulture. So more functional backstage would be cool. I do agree with that. We were talking about that yesterday on Bro Nation. Like, not necessarily because I would enjoy the management of it, but just having your backstages be a little bit more active would be cool. Yeah. Okay, so now what do we do with this? I've got the word. How do we make it look good? Oh, it disappears. Needs to be adventure-y colours. And then we probably have to outline it. I don't see the Y. The V looks like a V. It is a V. Sorry, did I miss somebody else saying it looks like a Y? That's not a Y. It's a V. Shut your mouth, Andrew. There's so much for you from Brazil. Welcome from Brazil. Want the ability to designate some paths as staff only. That's in the game. Yeah, there are staff only paths. Yeah. Okay. So what we will do, just to make ourselves a little. That's better. We can see a little bit more what's going on. I felt like they were just making up DLC as they went. PC2 feels like they already had 5 or 6 really obvious DLC options. PC1 felt like they were making up DLC as they went, but PC2 feels like it already has 5 or 6 real obvious. Is it any different, really? I don't know. Like a spooky adventure and Spooky and Adventure seemed very, like, say obvious, but like clear wins. I do feel like Vintage, as much as I enjoyed it, was an interesting choice, and I do feel like World's Fair was like, just all the stuff that we never made can go into one. Yeah, why is there no way to change the color right now? That's weird. Let's pull this off the grid so we can recolor it easier later. I think it's a stretch for Flanco 2 Spooky Pack if they could find a way to code a walkthrough attraction like a scare maze. Yeah, that'd be neat. I mean, they're more and more popular now, right, as well, right? Like, I feel like it's not out of the realms of realism because, like, they have the walkthrough zoo exhibits now, so they've got a bit of an idea of what they're doing. I had fun in my console earlier, the point where I filled it a bit too much and was getting like 10 FPS trying to build something. Hopefully new games better optimized full parks. It seems that way, but I do think you have to always think if you're playing on PC, like you can always have a better PC. That's spooky. What will be the... You okay there, John? They don't just use the cable chair code for the Omnimover instead of them being in trains. I mean, maybe they will. I just need to see it. Stroke, yeah, don't mind me. Just a little strong. Okay. I'm going to try and make it so that this wide is good for the outline of this. Yeah, I think that's fine. Oh, are we not on a grid here? Sorry, not on a selection here. There we go. Bloop. I'm sorry for this key question, but is there an indication of PC1 blueprints could be imported? Absolutely, definitely not happening. Yeah, nothing from Planet Coaster 1 is making it over to Planet Coaster 2 in any sort of form, other than a few bits of scenery that they've sort of rejigged. It's a new game. I don't think there should be an IP DLC again with Ghostbusters being listed. I mean, yeah, it's not great. Was anyone really like, oh, I was just about to buy Ghostbusters 6 years after it came out? Like, you know, it is what it is. It was a weird pack anyway. Do you happen to see if there was any full wall pieces off grid? Didn't seem to be. It looked like every wall piece had like a 2x2 meter piece off grid though, which is, I mean, surely good enough. I hope the performance in big parts has improved. Yeah, I mean, again, it could definitely be better, but like, at some point you have to think, well, have I just used a lot of stuff here, and you know, is my computer not amazing? Ghostbusters pieces where from the thing. I've definitely used like some of the wall pieces and stuff. Like as far as the gameplay goes, though, it was like whatever. Let's see you back, John T. Thanks. Really looking forward to PC2 coming out. I've been wanting water parks since PC1, along with everybody else. That's awesome. I think everybody else is a strong statement, but I hope you have an absolute blast with them. Geekism. Why did you name yourself Geekism? Oh, we get to tell that story, eh? I am a big fan of early Maxis and Will Wright. And I was reading a book about the company, and they explained how they came up with the name Maxis. And it was Will Wright's business partner had a set... Will Wright's business partner's father had a set number of rules for generating the perfect business company name, or the perfect sort of, product name. This was his reasoning. It needed to be between 5 and 7 letters. It needed to have a X sound in it. It needed to not be a word that already existed. And it needed to be able to be both spelt correctly, having only heard it, and pronounced correctly, having only seen it written down. There you go. Those are the rules for the perfect business name, apparently. And from that, I came up with Geekism. Geekism. And I don't name myself Geekism. Geekism is the channel. My name is John T. That is the name that my parents gave to me. Are the same rules for why they named Kodak? Maybe. And maybe that's where the Maxis dude's dad got it from. But it's, apparently that's the rules for the perfect business name. Wait, people don't want water parks? Some people do. And I think other people aren't that fussed. But I'm not particularly that fussed, but I think it's a great poster child for the sequel. Mr. Geekism is my father. Exactly. They call me Mr. Geekism. Oh, I hate it when you do that. Sandcastle's great. I love Sandcastle, actually. I wonder if it's still going. It was really great fun. Oh, bad John Mulaney. It wasn't meant to be. I was doing they call me Mr. Pig. John Mulaney doesn't do the voice of Ham. No, that's John Ratzenberger. I only know Sandcastle now. Why does that not surprise me? It's kind of mirroring RCT2 to RCT3 where they added water parks. Well, not really. And I think this is something that's maybe worth mentioning as well. Interestingly, all of the stuff that used to be a DLC... Wait. Is that the world axis? Oh, I'm way off here then. All the stuff we're getting now as additions to the Planet series as new games were originally just DLC. Like Planet Zoo is its own game. We had Planet Coaster 3. We had Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 Wild DLC. And Planet Coaster 2 being its own game because of water parks, or with water parks. We had Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 Soaked. So there is something to be said about how seemingly what used to be acceptable as a DLC is now having to be branched off into its own game, and whether or not that's just a financial decision or a creative one. But, you know. They call me... Oh, yeah, they call me Mr. Pig. He's from Toy Story. I'm just getting mixed... Oh, no. Jesus Christ. They call me Mr. Pig. He's from Lion King. I did just completely get it mixed up for some reason with Ham from Toy Story. Yes. Planning to do 5 times more in depth than Wild. Yes, of course. Yeah. Of course it is. And that's cool. But I think, I don't know. It's noteworthy. That's good enough for... Andrew, I swear to God. Some sort of multi-part management mode would be cool. If you could build theme parks across the country in separate worlds, all owned by the same parent company. Maybe that's a bit like... Sorry, I get attacked by my headphone wire. Maybe that's a bit like what franchise mode is? I'm not sure. I don't know. I never play any of that stuff, really. Trying to do promotion? I guess so. Thanks, buddy. How's the day going? Hey, Todd. Not much. Mars Attacks is a massive sleeper hit nobody expected from Tier. Bases NXCS on a different random forgotten latest IP. Mars Attacks, I absolutely love the concept of it. I think they're showing that game off way too early. It's going to do itself a disservice because it does not look good right now. And I think the reason it doesn't look good is because they're just showing off too early. It's still very much early development. Currently looks like a skip fire. Yeah. I'm afraid it does. Hope they release PC2 soundtrack on vinyl. I missed the original one. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd get that. I put mine on occasionally. My PC1 one. PC1 one. Hey friend. Hey Pause. How's it going? Hey Matthew. Sorry I'm late. Don't worry about it. I had to try making the park map in Pinewood. It isn't great. But on a billboard that people may glance over, I think it's not bad. How can I send it to you? Oh, it's amazing. Discord is probably the best. If you're in the Geekers and Discord, you can pop it in there. Sounds like it would be perfect. Exciting. Any ideas of a UK-style park sequel to Pinewood Hills? No, I don't. Maybe. I don't know. It kind of depends on the DLCs, really. But as it stands, as much as I have loved working in Pinewood, I am ready for a change of sort of budget. There we go. Make it a thing. Birchwood Mounds. Now you're talking. I'm a DJ and I've been collecting vinyl for 40 years. Awesome. I hope they fix the DOF on Pinewood billboards. Yeah, no sign of them yet, but yeah. Camera in PC1 is horrid. Is it? That's not something I've never really had that much of an issue with, if I'm completely honest. DLCs will end up going more big budget park. It kind of depends. I do feel, I will say this, and I'll never know this, but I do feel like the studios and the vintage pack, in my opinion, were in part as a response to the type of stuff people were making. I think. And World's Fair to an extent as well. I think Spooky and Adventure were locked in. But I do feel like after that, they kind of looked to see what was resonating with the public. Deciduous flats built, yeah, hill on the side of a mountain. Yeah, yeah. Keep them guessing. Studios was the best pack. I had much fonder memories of studios until I went into it for Archer Park and realised how little of it I actually used. We'll always remember studios as the one that gave us the chain link fence that, as we pointed out today in Bro Nation, isn't really that great. Like, the new one looks a lot better. The PC2 chain link fence looks a lot better. But yeah, actually, I don't know. If there's actually that much in it that's very useful. Like, the rides were very niche. A lot of the scenery was kind of huge. And all you could really do with it, for the most part, was a Studios pack. We found our useful bits in it, but I definitely have fonder memories of it than when I look back and was like, oh, actually, I don't know if any of this is actually that good. Vintage? I didn't feel that so much with Vintage. I felt that with World's Fair. World's Fair felt like here's all the stuff we never got to stick anywhere else. I didn't laugh about that. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, Studios was great. It's just, it was all very specific for that, right? Like, it's pretty much all you could use for a lot of it. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, it brought a lot of eyes to the channel as well, which I'm obviously very grateful for. Alright, we fill in the gaps? Yeah, the Subnautica ride kind of blew up, yeah. Yeah. That's a good idea, yeah. Having trails and stuff. That could be a thing. That could be a thing. Do you feel like that could be its own game? Yeah, I think it probably could, couldn't it? Like dealing with, like having rangers out there to deal with wild animals and stuff. That'd be really good, actually, and make it super pretty. It's the theme more than anything. The intro of the Studios pack very much felt like the dev saying, "Here's what you need to turn your fave IP into a ride," and I love building up. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Hello, hey Nicki Minaj. Didn't realize you were a fan. Please tell me transfer tracks are coming with launch. It's so unrealistic to close a ride to add an extra coaster train when it gets busy. They add all elements but not transfer tracks, please. There are no transfer tracks in the game at launch that we know of. Who's closing rides to add trains to it in Planet Coaster 1? Surely you just put as many as you can on it. That's not a thing, right? Car animatronics were just not useful. Yeah, or they were too big and crazy. Take all the conversations that they tried to do with Zoo and just put it towards national parks. Yeah, I mean, the other thing I'll say as well is that, like, not every developer is for every game. There might be somebody else out there who could do a really good national parks game. And they could, and then you could do a British DLC and have it as and have National Trust things. You can add manor houses and stuff. That'd be great. And yes, obviously it would absolutely throw it down with rain constantly in the British one. Laser tag? Yeah. Sure. It's a bit old school now, isn't it? But yeah, it could be neat. National Park game? Yeah. I can really see it. Like, I don't know whether it would be you build the park or would it be that you're given the space and you could make train changes, but it would be the sort of thing that would, like, you would have to have them clear, like, it would be expensive and timely to do kind of thing, you know? Like, you lay out what you want to happen and then they actually have to have the trucks come up and do it kind of thing. Whether that would be it or whether you could just, change the train like you could in other games. Yeah, I don't know. or like the maps are predetermined, and you have to kind of find the way through it to get walkers up to it. Can't go British backgrounds constantly close rides due to high winds. I find that US parks have to close their rides due to inclement weather more often than the UK does. Personally, the thing in the UK is if you just get crap weather for the day and that's it, so you just don't go to the theme park. Whereas I find like in Florida especially, it's like, it's beautiful. No, we're closing for an hour because of the possibility of a hurricane. All right, it's gone again. Everyone back on. Splash pads would be really good. I'd love to see those. Yeah. Close the train so there's half a wet leaf in the track. Yeah, that's fair. That's kind of how it goes. Boo, 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 boo. Whoop. Oh, saving. I was like, what have we built? It's looking like something. What colours does this ride be? Do you want to play Tiny Glade? I did. Looking forward to showing you it again soon. I think that's a good way of saying that without getting into trouble. America has bigger rides on wilder weather. Yeah, Thorpe has to close thunderstorms with a certain radius. Yeah, I mean, that's just standard, right? And yeah, I suppose Thorpe does have some like big lightning catchers now. Is there any way to build splash towers, like play areas with big buckets? Not yet. I really feel like that is a shoe-in for a DLC, personally. But yeah. Tiny Glade for D&D vibes. Yeah. There's not enough like variation in it, I don't think. Like in the sort of wall patterns and stuff, really, to get that much out of it for that kind of thing, but it's kind of neat. Green behind the yellow. So it might look a bit Spider-Man-y. No, green could be good. I mean, these aren't necessarily the set colours. I just wanted something that contrasted with the black. The black isn't even set colour, really. Boo, boo, boo. Curious as to what weather types and what snow would do. Yeah, people reckon we're going to get snow because there's a terrain paint for snow that actually seems to be affected by heat, but I don't know. We'll see. Sure, it'd be neat. Sure, I'll turn it off in Sandbox. Snowplows. No, I imagine we'll get. It'll just be like Planet Zoo, where it's just like a light frosting. I very much doubt that like snow will build up and be a management feature. It'll be a shader like it is in Planet Coaster 2. In Planet Zoo, excuse me. Want buildings to be able to deteriorate over time, and you have to pay to get them repainted. Oh man, what are these management players doing here in the chat today? Sounds like busy work. All the suggestions today, I'm like, yeah, I'd turn that off. Oh yeah, that'll get turned off. It's like that manager. No, it's cool, man. I get it. I totally get it, and I understand. Not only that all that sort of stuff would be neat. Like, to be fair with you, I enjoy managing stuff in pretty much all other games. For some reason, I've just settled into the Planet games being Lego, But I totally get it, and I also do not envy the Frontier team who seemingly have to appease both of us. Play Satisfactory 1.0. Mate, I have thought about it. Like, I've got it. And it was pretty fun, but I don't know whether it's the sort of thing that would particularly garner much interest on the channel now. I don't know. Do you know if the electricity and wallpaper features can be turned off at max? Yes, they can. I have mentioned that today, but yeah, there was a few people who were able to do it in the demo. I didn't worry about it because it was like 3 buildings to throw down just to make sure stuff worked. But yeah, you can turn it off. So that's gone if you want it to be. Whoops. Building deterioration would be so hard to calculate. A build made up of 20,000 pieces would be astronomical to upkeep. I mean, that is a fair thing as well. Maybe if they just did it to wall pieces or something. Yeah. Do you ever try Hydroneer? No, I don't think I did. We played Astroneer for a good while. That was kind of fun. Yeah, I think we fill these in, don't we? Electric stations deteriorates happiness like in Zoo. I don't know. Didn't play with them long enough to find out. They should do. But also, it shouldn't just be a radius thing. It should be able to cover them up. Visual indication ride is aging. I mean, that would be cool, I suppose. Like, if it's going to happen anyway, mechanics need to come out to it. But what the thing is, though, is that you'd say you have a wooden coaster and, like, the paint peels and stuff over time. You know, and it starts to look rough. It'd be nice to be able to then turn it off and be like, no, I want to keep it like this. But also, it would go like that, and every and again, a mechanic would go over to it and stand at the booth and go, and the coaster would go, boop. You know? That's my only real issue with that, is because that's how it would be implemented in the game. Every and again, just in the background, you'd see an old rickety coaster just go, bloop. What ride is designed for? Vultures for the SLC in the adventure area. Oh man, I wiped out today. It was a long day in work. And if I'm making a Desert Flanco 2, any theme and any rides, what would it be? Mini golf? Dinosaurs. Wings or claws? Yeah, wing. I think so. Claw. Yeah, I don't know. Still thinking about it. Mini golf. That's what I would like to see. Mini golf as the race car. Mini golf is what I'd like to see as the free mechanical thing. You know, like the stuff they always add as a free update. Like mechanically, the new changes, you get mini golf. The scenery theme that goes with it is like these Flintstones. So yeah, big bones coming out of the ground. You know, stone stuff. Obviously, dinosaurs, dinosaur animatronics. That's what I like. That that's what I want. I want Flintstone style prehistoric plus dinosaurs. That'd be great. Ugland, yeah, baby, let's go. Let's bring back Ugland. Yeah. I just think it'd be a really great fun theme. They could do all of the wacky Planko crap with like huge dinosaur animatronics, but then also we'd get some really nice like like stony details and stuff that we'd use everywhere. I think it'd be awesome. I think their universal contracts prohibit that from happening. No, because I like Jurassic movies don't own dinosaurs. No, I think like as long as it was clearly different style, I don't think they could be an issue. But yeah, and they could lean in. Yeah, they could lean in to do some gulpy stuff as well. That'd be cool. Yeah. I don't know. I've always thought it. Even in Planco 1, it wouldn't have surprised me if they punched that out. Yeah. Yeah, giant T-Rex head. Yeah, exactly. Do all the goofy Planco stuff that we never use, but then also there would be some really cool things to do, like an actually like cool looking prehistoric type thing, with bones coming out into archways and stuff. Like that'd be great. Like, to be fair, the kind of stuff they've done for 2 Point Museum is perfect, actually. Let's see if I can bring up a screenshot of that. Let's see if I've got a good example of it, and it's not just a skeleton, because they have a lot of they've got like a lot of stuff that is like you can add on additionally. It's actually difficult to find a screenshot of it. That one. Oh. It's called prehistory in the game. They've called it prehistory. No, it's not a good example of it either. I actually can't find a good example of it. I'll show you this one. Yeah, so like so yes, we'd have like loads of like that thing in the back. Like we'd have things like this. And like things like this. They would go classic. Oh, 100% they would go Big Lizard, yeah. But like really cartoony. Kind of like, Dino Land, Ugland is a great shout. But then you see all the stuff that can come with it is like, these bones here with some ropes around them, maybe some more slightly sort of prehistoric looking planting, some cool sort of stones and braziers and these spears and all this, like absolutely Raquel Welch kind of, people and dinosaurs living together. I think it'd be great. I think it'd work perfectly for a theme in Planco. Yeah. And again, there would be 200 pieces and we'd use 6 of them. And I totally get that. But I think as far as like their business model goes, it would be a perfect fit. I like how they had a few coasters in the game from real life parks, but I wish they'd followed through with them and had at least themed coaster cars from coasters all over the world. Anyone ever played Project Hospital? Yeah, played that at the time. It was like, kind of came out around the same time as Theme 2 Point Hospital, right? And it was like a much more realistic version of it. I remember it being fairly competent. All right. What does a vulture look like? Oh, yeah. Like something goes here, doesn't it? But I don't know whether a vulture's silhouette goes there. Does a vulture silhouette go there? V looks like one flying. Sure, I'll take that. V, the eye is and the U is the beak? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I was just looking at like this kind of thing, you know. I reckon that's doable at that scale. I don't think it is it? Not like in a manner that I'm willing. I don't think it is. Oh, there is a vulture on one of the gravestones, actually. Yes. No way that's going to work. No way that's going to work. If I could just throw a gravestone on it. What are they called in the game? A grave or tomb? Do you have crows? I mean, God. Oh, he's on his own. There's literally just a vulture in the game. What I was going to sit here and try and make this out of pissing heart shapes, and it's literally just in the game. Beautiful. Well, there's that answered for us then. Oop, that's not where we want it. Let's see if we can use both. Okay. So if we're going to use him, he has to sort of sit up and out. Wait. Mama and the babies. There we go. Okay, let's recolor all of this then to look a little more nice. And then we'll put them in place, and we'll get some bones around the bottom of it, I think. Why vulture, not toucan? I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't want to infringe on your copyright. How's it going, pal? Excited for Planko 2? All right, where's it go? Probably just goes on the. Probably just goes here. Or do we knock that tree out? Ooh. I'm going to say Animal Crossing logo. It does look a bit Animal Crossing, yeah. Love your coverage. Cheers, buddy. I appreciate it. Respecting my non-existent trademark. You're very welcome. I don't want to get them toucan lawyers after me, man. He's got that Legends of Zelda money. Not the tree. Yeah, I think it probably sits there, doesn't it? We might even change up the area around it, I think. All right, let's throw that there then. Whoops. Okay, I like this tree. Do we just go here and say it's now a pebble tree? There we go. Okay, let's clear this spot out for a minute then. Oh no, I deleted too much. Oh, what happened then? Did I have two of those there? I do that all the time. 103 items, delete. Yeah, there was two of those there. I do that all the time, man. Okay, so let's now then. Maybe what we can do is take the fence to become the fence on the back of the path instead, if that makes sense, and then open the space up for a sign. I really love this big old piratey fence. I know it's like super planko, but I like it. It's making a return, but I think it's a little bit different in Planet Coaster 2, but it just seemed super similar. Do any complaints? Yeah, UI definitely is an issue, a twiddle. The main thing is that advanced move thing. Like, otherwise, no. Honestly, I think a lot of my issues with the like very limited time I had with it was just having to learn the new things, you know. So like, the UI was quite different, and for the most part, I don't hate a lot of the UI. I just don't love that it closes menus down while you're using a piece. It just seems really weird. You know, so yeah, it's little things really. I would like to I would like a few of those bits changed, but otherwise no, I think it's mine. The advanced move thing was a bug though, not a choice to change. We've had no official stance on it, so I honestly don't know. Honestly just do not know. All of this was actually really too high anyway, looking at it. Alright, we'll do that there. Hey, all the way are. Where are you heading? Anyone else not like the fact that if you're in a building it wasn't dark inside, you had to put terrain over the building? Yeah, that seems to have been worked on, but we're waiting for a little bit more confirmation. The UI seems to be with console version. Yeah, and it's very clear that the UI has been designed with console and PC in mind at the same time, obviously with them launched at the same time. And like, it's fine as long as just not too much is taken away from the PC version of the game because of it, you know. Can't imagine wanting to play PC2 on a console. No, me neither. But then, you know what? I've spoke to some people who do play on console, and they're like, "Oh man, I couldn't imagine playing with the keyboard and mouse." So you know, it's just everyone's a bit different, right? Like, and you go and look at some of the stuff by like Jan, incredible stuff, and all done on console. I'm not too sure who else uses console, to be honest, but I know he does, and it's insane the stuff he's able to do. Double walls, it'll be pitch black. Yeah, which seems like a bug, not a feature, but maybe they just leave it and we can use it, you know. They had issues with the UX as well. So again, there were a lot of people playing with console. I think a lot of the larger media outlets all used console, or a lot more of them did, sorry. But, yeah. I played it on console. I didn't have a PC. I can never get to the level of detail and customization that John C does, but it was still fun. But like, I'm just going to very quickly bring up a video of Jan, just to show you that like, if you are a sadist, you can sit and do it. Like, let's have a look. Show off like a Marvelous Realms video or something. Yeah, like look at this. I'm not going to answer your question, YouTube. I'm going to mute this as well. I don't want to get into trouble with music I don't own. But like, you should all go and subscribe to Jan. It's amazing. This is done on PlayStation, I think, and like, it just blows me away. Yeah. No, you could use controller. You could use controller in the preview. And what I'm saying is that I don't know any of the Planet Coaster players that I know to use it, you know. We don't really have confirmation about dark rides. Some people were able to sort of make dark rides a little bit, but they had to like double up walls and stuff. Like it all seemed a little bit janky. No, that way's done on console. Yeah, it is. Yeah. This is done on console, and it's just incredible. Yeah. So like you can do it. Like if you like, I don't know how many hours this guy has put into this, or like how many times he sold his soul, but like it's doable. Yeah. More walls to go. Yeah, like if they doubled up the walls, like if they had walls back to back, it made a dark interior. But it seemed weird, you know. Yeah, the color park that's console as well, eh? Yeah. PlayStation in some games. He may have keyboard and mouse attached. To be fair, I don't know. Yeah. They limited the complexity of builds on console. They do. There's only so many things you can have in it, but so these parks are smaller because of that usually, but still just crazy good. All right, do we raise this up? Like, do we put a little like? What am I trying to say? Do we turn this into a raised flower bed and have like bones in it? You know, light leak in the corners. Yeah, it's totally dark. Yeah, there's definitely things that they can do. Grungy decals on the side. They're too big. All the grunge decals I have, they're too big. Sitting on some rocks. Yeah, we could just like rock it up a bit. Like I don't think it's enough to just sort of sit it in those plants. I don't know. Like I think that has to be how it sort of sits. Because you kind of want to see it as you come in. You see lure, volure. I wonder if it would change everything as VR support. I have a few people ask for it. I mean, personally, that's not on my radar at all. But but it's not. I'm not interested in VR. So, like, the people who are, it might be really cool. But I couldn't imagine playing the game in VR. But it'd be cool to throw some headset on and walk around a park, I suppose. But I don't know whether it's so cool that it's worth the development time. I don't know. I am the whatever the exact opposite of like an early adopter is when it comes to that kind of thing. Yeah. But no mention of VR yet. No, I don't believe so. Yeah, I think we put it on some rocks with bones in them. Yeah, that'd be cool. Probably the like sandy rocks because we want them to look fake. But they're so big, aren't they? Okay, we get that one, I think. Okay, 3. Oops. Yeah, we can maybe I'll see some of these. Yeah. Ultimate sandbox game, which is why I think VR would be fun. Yeah, it definitely would lend itself to it, but again, I don't know what the sort of development cost is like for that sort of thing. For just to be like, it would be cool to ride this roller coaster in VR. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know whether the reward is there for it. So we just get rid of the fence back here. I think we probably do. Just use this as a natural fence line. I'm going to get our money's worth out of this one rock, I think. Oh, they're actually not that bad size-wise altogether. Almost everybody I tell about Panic Coaster asks if they can ride things in VR. Yeah, I think it would be a big appeal for casuals and not the builders. Maybe. I don't know anyone who has a VR headset, like, at all. But that's what I mean. It's like, to the people who care about it, it would be awesome. I just don't know if there's enough people who care about it. Maybe I'm just out of the loop. Keyboard and mouse attached is also possible on Xbox. Wouldn't mind seeing PC only, playable with keyboard and mouse, so no sacrifice for playability, great UI and everything. Yeah. Wait until we can scale rocks and boulders. Oh, baby, it's so good. There's nothing better. The first thing I did was put down a rock. It was a little weird, though. The one thing I will say about scaling, as good as it is, as good as the scaling is, I found that I was just dragging everything down to the smallest size, and that was the size I wanted to use. So, like, it might just become a thing where it's like, okay, put a new thing down, scale it down as small as possible. Okay, now let's start working. You know, like, I do worry a little bit that, like, scaling is great, but you're only ever going to scale everything down. Like, you could scale the rocks up to 500%. I'm like, why? Young 20s have them. Younger cousins are into it. Yeah, and that's very, very possible that I've just aged out. Alright, let's find our trusty pole that we use on everything. Alright, you big boy. There we go. Very important question. Was there an Arch of a Scale? There was not. There was, though, a series, and this is weird. There was a series of stone statues of guests just kind of doing stuff. Very strange. Very not demure. And I feel like maybe we use those. It's been frozen by the Medusa animatronic. Is that what it is? Ah, didn't even connect that at all. But yeah, that's very probably what it is. But it's weird that they're not like in togas and stuff. Like they're just wearing regular guest clothes. I suppose that's still fine. Huh. Yeah, Medusa. I didn't even make the connection, yeah. Oh yeah, it could be Pompeii, I guess. But none of them are like this. They're all just like... yeah, that really makes sense. But I reckon probably one of those will become the go-to scale dude, I think, yeah. This is cool. I'm happy enough with this. I mean, they're always a little bit big, aren't they, with the art shapes, but, you know, I don't think that's terrible. Okay, bones, then bones. Nothing's called bones in the game. Bone. Oh yeah! We should have got one. I love it. This is one of my favourite pieces in the whole game that I never use. I love this thing. And you know what? The thing with this is big and crazy and themed. But if all these pieces were individual and somebody built this out of them, we'd all go, oh, that's really good. And I don't know if that's a thing or not, but I sometimes feel that some of the really heavy themed Planco stuff, we don't like it because it's all it can do. But I reckon if they gave us these bones and somebody sat and built this out of bones and rope and the lantern and some metal trim, everyone would be like, oh, it's really good, that, bud. Do you know what I mean? I want to stick this somewhere now just as a point of contention. I don't know where it can go. It's your arguments against TMTK. Yeah, I suppose you're right. But still, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this piece. It's cool. I'm going to stick it behind this sign because I'm sticking it to the man, and the man being Planko purists. I can't stick it behind the sign. It's not outrageous big. No, it isn't. It isn't. It's not that bad at all. It's mostly just because that like any kid that walked past this would be like bang on the lantern. Like I've basically done it here with wooden planks and some rope. Look, I've literally just built that thing and proved my point. Does it go here as a photo op? No, it doesn't, does it? Oh, well, whatever. We'll use this one. We'll use this one. We can make it work. There we go. In honor of Mineral hanging out today and me taking the piss a little bit on his video yesterday, I am pretty chuffed with that. Dirt decon on the back. Yeah, they're still big though. Like, watch this. Oh, we've got a filling gaps here. Can we do it in one? Yeah, of course we can. Was there ever any doubt? I'm being bullied. You know what I mean? I love the fact that like I knew it was coming. Pretty chuffed with that. Pretty pleased, you said sometimes, which I wasn't very happy about. I'm not happy when you're pleased. I need you to be chuffed. Where are they? What are they called? Decal. Yeah, there they are, look. Love it. The Steve Town is insane. Steve Town is amazing, really. Like, it's incredible. See, these are all too big. You can't use these. No, they're not going to work. It seems effortless and also exacting, you know? Like, I don't get how you do it, buddy. I really don't. You know, it's a decent graphics improvement PC2. Lighting engine looks a bit better. Everything looks a little bit crisper, but otherwise not particularly. It wasn't really the sort of thing I was expecting, though. I have to literally say out loud, I'm chuffed with everything, or people will think I hate it all. That's fair. And also, like, it's something I try and do more now because I get a lot of comments like that as well, because I'm my own worst critic, and I know my stuff isn't the best out there. Like, it actually isn't. But because of that, I find myself, like, overcompensating and being like, that's fine, it'll do, whatever, that's good enough. But, you know, actually, no, it's pretty good. That looks cool. That looks like a big, fun, bright sign that you would have on a theme park ride. Like, that's good. It does what it needs to do. So there you go. Now I've already started dropping it back down to like, it does what it needs to do. No, that is good. That looks good. I'm proud of it. Ugh, it feels gross. It's fine. Could be better. We need some bones. I hope I'm chuffed. Chuffed. The thing I like about chuffed as well is it's so British, and I wonder how other like if Americans and stuff struggle with it or get it, you know. Yeah. I'm pretty pleased, yeah. Yeah. I'm John, I'm good enough. Yeah. I think it's kind of strange how one of the pre-order rides is the Cube, a ride in vanilla PC1. Yeah, it's a weird one to put behind the pre-order. In general, I'm still very much figuring out how I feel about the pre-order stuff. At least make new pre-order content something resonant. So yeah, maybe like do some water stuff or something. But I never want the pre-order or even like deluxe editions or whatever. I never want them to be that good, because for me it should be like, I'm pre-ordering this to kind of help out the developer. I'm getting the deluxe edition because I'm a fan of the game and I want to kind of support you and give you a little bit extra money. So that's why I think things like this Gold King Coaster, this was the deluxe. He was one of the part of the deluxe edition of PC1, and that is fine by me because you can completely ignore that. Right? Like, it's cool. I'll let him potter about, whatever, I don't care. But like, you can totally manage without, you know. But having the Grand Carousel behind the deluxe version, I don't know. I don't know if I like that. But I was surprised. I think I messaged 2 or 3 people beforehand saying like, oh my god, this will explode. People are going to be really unhappy about this. And nobody seems to mind. I'm like, oh, maybe it's just me. Like, I'm kind of glad I didn't like push a video out really quick. Like, this is disgusting, because like everyone was like, whatever. Side aesthetic thing, like, yeah, that's it for me. But then also what's interesting is I saw somebody comment on Reddit saying, I really hate how rides are behind pre-orders and stuff. Why can't it be something useless like scenery? And then I thought, God, no, I'd hate it even worse if it was scenery. So maybe there are entertainer stands out there who are disgusted that this Golden King Coaster is locked behind the deluxe edition that they can't get anymore or whatever, you know. Like, and that's the problem, right? There's so many different people that you're trying to please. Yeah, they did. Planet Dude Sue had a handful of animals, but all of them were like variant animals, I guess. You know, it was like, okay, there's a zebra in the game, but now you also get this type of zebra or something. Like, I feel like it was all that sort of stuff, you know. Yeah. Gazelle. Yeah, it was a gazelle, but like there was already a different gazelle or whatever. Okay, here we go. They don't skeleton right upper arm. You didn't think to put the word bone in that? All right. Oh, the rotation on these is fun. Oh my god, that video I shared the other week on Bro Nation where the guy had built multiple different versions of these now even seems even more impressive because my god, they rotate weird. They rotated around the socket joint. Yeah, but that one didn't a little, though. It was like off. It was like it rotated not where you would expect it to. These are all rotating better. Maybe it's just that one was a little odd. Touching the rock. Maybe. Maybe. Late to the party, but I'm the one person being annoyed about the Grand Carousel behind the Deluxe edition. No, I'm with you. I don't think we have a full skeleton down, do we? It has to be bits. Yeah, it has to be parts. Bones. And a couple of skulls, probably. Just a torso. Is that a bit too much? Is that a bit too graphic? I think that's weird. It's weirdly that's not okay for me. Like bones, cool. Just like a chest cavity. I don't know whether I can get behind it for something like this. These are so subtle. Cow skull. Oh, we do have a cow skull, don't we? How do we feel about pan zoo integration? Zoos, like we could in RCT3. I wonder, a part of me thinks that it would just be a bit too much to have everything and like nothing would be done properly. I also wonder if there's been like a bit of a cultural shift away from having them mixed and having it now so that like zoos very much are more just like focused on conservation, and you go and see the animals as well as possible to generate revenue for that conservation. If you look at places like Busch Gardens and SeaWorld, they are like actively like moving away from the mix, you know? Like Animal Kingdom seems to be the sort of the last sort of bastion of that sort of generation, I feel. And I feel now there's more and more people moving away from the idea of having rides and animals mixed. But I don't know. From a creative point of view, I think it'd be awesome. I mean, Chesterton's, yeah, like, I don't know. He's also moving away from the mix. Yeah, there you go. I think it seems to be the way the world is moving now, to be a little bit more sort of like having zoos become these more sort of like respectful conservation spots, as opposed to, hey, come and look at the animals and then ride this crazy ride as well, you know, like that's how I feel. Oh, these do not handle the way I would thought they would. Return, welcome back. There really has been a cultural shift towards that. Also, having animals near roller coasters seems scary for them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's kind of how I feel about that. Like, it's becoming less of a thing now. The SeaWorld parks seem to be thriving. They do, but they are like, they're making real conscious efforts to step away from the animals being such a focus, you know? Like last time I went to SeaWorld, I didn't see a single animal show. I didn't need to. There was so much else to do that I felt that I didn't have to go and watch them, and I didn't. And, you know, is Planet Coaster 2 you are playing? Planet Coaster. I'm playing just one. Zoo Park Harbour I get. Yeah, that's kind of it, really. Aquariums, I think, are a different thing because the fish don't give a shit if they're next to a roller coaster or not. Assuming, like, vibration isn't an issue, right? Oh, yeah, cow skull. What the hell is that? It's got to be a TNTK piece. Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool, though. I might find a spot for that. Is this the huge one? Yep. So one thing I will say, seems to be less of this kind of stuff. I love this piece. Again, it's another awesome Planco piece that just is underrated. The slingshot ride looks interesting. Yeah, it's just custom shapes. Done. Are the animatronics scalable? They are not. Easily answered. Nice progress. Thanks, Rhea. Yeah, I think we're getting there. I think it's done, to be honest with you. I'm just going to see if I can squeeze a bit of scav. Bit of the old scav in here. Or maybe like a reed actually might work quite well. Oh, that's bigger than I thought. Not that one. Where is it? There's one that's like a grey. Yeah, that one. Yeah. And that align to surface turned off. Animatronics aren't scalable. I thought all scenery in Plan could do is scalable. No. Animatronics, gridded pieces, or pieces that the guests interact with aren't scalable. Where's me scav? Boom. There we go. Slingshot Ride functional, no. I wonder if they tried to add animatronic scalable and it caused more headache. Yeah. Don't climb on the rocks sign. Yeah, we'll add it into the ground like we did by the rapids. And then a lighting pass somebody suggested. That's a great idea. The whole place needs a lighting pass. We'll need a fence. What sort of fence? In front of that? Nah. Kids can sit up on that and take a photo. The game has to suggest that they shouldn't. The park has to suggest that they shouldn't, but they will. Okay, we'll steal this. Should even be on the same platform for the rides part. Let's go see you. Cheers, Asmodeus. Keep it a bench on there to make sure they do sit. We probably should have designed it a bit more with that in mind, but actually it's not an awful idea. If one will sit here. He won't though. There's no way that's going to work out so serendipitously. He just absolutely fell over that word, didn't they? Oh! Maybe. That one's longer, isn't it? Yeah, go on. Let's stick that there. That's not terrible. Let's just leave it like that. If the legs clip a little, it's fine. Nice. There'll be any changes, upgrades to eating, picnic tables later added? Yeah, so picnic tables are in Planet Coaster 2 from launch. No mention of the restaurant system yet that features in Planet Zoo, though. So that'd be neat, but nothing yet. Alright, who wants to watch an advert? I'm going to go and pee real quick. I'll be right back, gang. Hi, we're back, folks. Thanks for bearing with me. Just pre-order Planning Codes 2, excited, woo! I don't think it's been likely in PC2 because the devs haven't mentioned it, but I'd love to see customers with more various behaviours, such as going on dates, proposing to each other, fainting from exhaustion, pointing at things that have actual significance instead of pointing randomly into nothingness. Having aggressive 3 or more of them chatting, overacting from excitement after they've been on an amazing ride. I absolutely agree. I would love to... Do you know what? All of those are great ideas. I would settle for just guests not walking somewhere. I know that sounds weird, but like every guest in Planet Coaster is a Disney adult that has the app open and knows exactly where they're heading for the best short rides and lines, and like just make some people wander around, I think would make such a huge difference. The fact of the matter is, I know full well this park is empty right now, and if I opened it, I would get 2 perfect streams of guests walking in. They would walk here, and then half of them would go this way, and half of them would go this way, and they would be perfect lines of guests walking. It's just, it would be so nice to just see people meander a bit more. Yep. Guess not loading on a ride mid-air. Loading and unloading and stuff, it doesn't fuss me as much because 9 times out of 10 I've covered it up in a building. I never see it anyway. This is what I see though, right? This is what we look at. This is where we see people wandering around. Meander, you say. Funny that. It's almost like it's something I care about. Yeah, Prestige would be nice to see change, and like, yeah, just like bring people in the park who won't go on roller coasters. Like that's the thing, right? Like we went to Florida last year. My dad hates them. We would go on a roller coaster. He would wander off and do something else, right? Like, yeah, placement signs be more relevant. Like they are a thing right now, right? You can add them in, but yeah. Will you be doing the Thunderer station? I'm pretty sure I've multiple times now said no. Okay, Aztec Spinner. Vulture is done. No, it looks so good now. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I think, like I say, I think we've kind of there milling around. Like this could do with some more rocks, I guess, every now and again, just to kind of break it up a little. Maybe we can do that. I keep looking at it and oh yeah, lighting. No, we need to do lighting. Actually, let's do lighting because this is fine. It's just like a berm. We don't mind it. Not even interior roof. Hello, no. I don't like. Here's how I look at it. Oh, there's Thunderer. Cool. That's where we are now. What's the name of the slingshot ride? He hasn't got a sign because it's like an upcharge thing, so it's just a thing that you can come and spend money on after you've already spent money in the park. Lighting. Oh, I'm not looking forward to this. What does this look like at night? All right. You ever want a perfect example of why Mike Sheets and Mass Bandit work so well together? Look at the beautiful lighting on the left side of the vintage area that I built, but Mike lit up. And then look at the darkness, the pit of despair that is John's area at night. So yeah, we need to do a lighting pass. All right. We're not going to go to the extreme that we have for the plaza here. It's beautiful, but all of like there's like 100 lights under here. I don't know if you can easily see them. Oh, there they are. Look, bloop. There's like 100 lights under here, giving this like soft glow across the whole thing, and it is beautiful. But it's not what I'm able to do. You know, I'm gonna send an episode light in my area. I don't want to put that upon you. I mean, you're welcome to, but I kind of want to get this box off the same way that you're getting Conifer done. Oh, we've only got 10 minutes. We're finishing at 1, so that we can all go and watch Conifer. Hey, Steve. Welcome, buddy. Who built this park? Me. Well, me and some others. Like, we had lots of guests on. This was me. This was me. This was Mike. This was Rubel. This was John. All of that was me. Apart from this coaster that was Emacs. Yeah. 40 minutes of video with no commentary. Is it 40 minutes of just like glamour shots and ride-ons? Is the slingshot ride on the workshop? I don't think so. I think I made it. Did I make this? I can't remember. No, maybe I didn't. Yes, I'm being told I did. I don't know. I forget everything. Walking the park with all track rides POV. I went in-game music to shine. Oh, nice. I'm looking forward to it. We made it. Mike moved it and tweaked it. That sounds about right. Yeah, can confirm. Accurate. Is it from Jubilee? No, I think I saw them do it in Jubilee and then remade my own not quite as good version. I remember now. I think that's what happened. Where are lights? Lights. We use a lot of like utilitarian lighting. I mean, a lot of this stuff around the place. Yeah. Lighting looks a lot better. I think so too. It's definitely something. Do you know what I've done? I might share it with you actually, John. I'll share it with others as well if they're interested. I've made a checklist for areas in Meanderville, and it's like, does this area have lights? Does this area have a restroom? Does this area have multiple drink places? Because that's what I've not done the most. Giant floodlights would be good. Yes. Oh god, these are going to go everywhere. Like this is the exact sort of lighting this that the Pinewood has. Yeah. But yeah, I've made myself a checklist to be like, here's all the things that a real theme park has that you forget to do constantly in yours. So it's like there are so many places to get drinks in theme parks. It's kind of ridiculous. Does this area have multiple places for guests to spend money on? Water park be a separate entrance, mostly separate from the park, like realistic. I have no plans to do a water park in Meanderville, I'm afraid. I know that's kind of why am I struggling with this so much? Sorry, give me a second. World axis. Rotate it to there. Okay. Now take it off the right. There we go. Okay, sorry, let me catch up with chat. Feywild has no restrooms. Yeah. Comments for when you play Planko 2, did you feel like they were gatekeeping some stuff from the particular build? If so, I don't think they were gatekeeping it. I think it was an older build though. I don't think that's the build that they're sat typing into at the moment. I think that was a build that they maybe locked in a couple of months ago and they were like, this is stable enough for YouTubers not to break it. I think that's what we got. Yeah. Yeah. For Meanderville, oh yeah, no, probably no water parks. Height checks for people going onto rides, stores, selling merchandise, yeah, all that kind of stuff. Does this area have a Tim Hortons? No, there's like 6 Tim Hortons in the UK. I do have some height checks, but not loads, not everywhere. This one should probably have one, but it doesn't. How do we light up this nicely? Because this would be lit up nicely, this front here. Can we just cheat and throw some of these in the ground? Get some roof for it. Yeah, and that's it. I really want to be on top of that sort of stuff this time. I want to make sure that we've always got the spots. Yeah, I think it is spooky here, isn't it? Yeah. Is it these? Is it a few of these around? I think it probably is. Parking gates, parking lots, parking toll booths, guest services, customer services, sell season passes and day passes, tickets. Yeah, I mean, there is like a guest services built-in. I don't know about whether like working parking lots. I think that's probably a little too extreme for most people. But yeah. That's probably it. Don't go above towers and what they do. Budget UK park. I mean, it is, but like, it's a nice budget UK park. Like, I still want the place to look cool at night time. Like, it's the you know, few up lights here and there, just to really draw attention to the Z fighting we've got going on. But they would all be incandescent bulbs, I will say that much. Yeah, there we go. Well, this is for park closer to, not this place. Yeah, no, I know. Like, it's stuff you would like to see. Yeah, absolutely. I get it. Okay, that's good. Thunderer. I mean, the Thunderer Station does have lighting, but it's pretty inconsequential. This is all okay. Like, it's dark, but it's I'm kind of okay with it. These things here, I think we need to... Oh, God, that's like 700 pieces I've just duplicated there. What the hell is that a part of? I'm going to bring these over here. A bit more lighting, maybe two more over here perhaps. We can get them in. That's better. Yeah. Generator lights you make like KZ. Yeah, we probably will do some of those around. What's the likelihood of them listening to you about toggleable entrance gates? Would be good if you could talk. The likelihood of them listening to me is probably very low, but I will still keep shouting at clouds. Okay, we're going to finish up, folks, because I want to go and watch Conifer Slopes, and so do you. I'm going to link it in the chat. Hold on. Let me get the link for it. It goes live in about 5 minutes, so you can go and get yourselves a drink or whatever. It is another incredible build. I'm sure most of you will already know of it. But if not, you should absolutely go and watch it. John is a very good internet friend. Well, I say he's a friend. We've met in real life as well, of course. But we talk all the time, constantly passing ideas back and forth. He's worked in my park. I've worked in his park. If you dig the sort of implied realism of Pinewood, you will absolutely love Conifer. And it goes live in 6 minutes. And I'm going to spam the chat with it. Oh, jeez. Hold on. Before I finish, go over there. I will see you there. We'll watch the end of an amazing series. I'll steal loads of ideas for the end of Pinewood, which is coming. So thanks for joining me, folks. Love you all to bits. See you next week live, and there'll be some videos through the week as well. Where the hell do I finish the stream? It's not there. It's there. Bye.